the noise, serving real talk, the genuine choice.
No pretense, no hidden schemes. Just sports, passion, fueling dreams. From the field to the court, every play that's made. Real takes over fake debates. Turn it up, hear the honest sound. Unfiltered sports all year round. Discussions pure, no masquerade. Real takes over fake debates. Turn it up. Over fake debates. Real takes over fake debates.
Real takes over fake debates.
And we are live. Sbtalksports Sean Webb, Real Takes Over Fake Debates. It is Friday, Sean. What's up, brother? How are you feeling today, man?
Doing good, SB. Happy Friday the 13th to everybody out there.
Happy Friday the 13th to everybody out here. Celebrate Friday the 13th if you're celebrating it. But you know, some people like those type of things. You know, I don't know. It's a little spooky that's going on with everybody around here. Salute to everybody watching on all platforms. Make sure you guys like, make sure you guys share, make sure you guys subscribe, tell a friend. Real Takes Over Fake Debates is a very good sport podcast show. Sorry, getting tongue tied. It is Friday. It is late, but Sean, we got a lot of things going on right in the sports world. Lakers drama. Bill Belichick finally got a job. We got NFL players quitting mid-game. But since it's really like the Bill Belichick thing going on, we had to bring one of our special friends, True to King TV. His name is True to King TV on all platforms. He covers wrestling, but the main thing he covered is the Boston sports stuff, or maybe like the Patriots, the Celtics, Bill Belichick, and Tom Brady. So we had to bring True on for this episode because his favorite coach, who he thinks is a GOAT, got a job. Let's go shout out True to King TV back on the show again.
Hey, salute, man. Appreciate y'all, man. It's a record. It's just a record. Like it's 3 times.
3 times, man. Yeah, man.
Yo, appreciate y'all, man. Hey,
I appreciate you, brother.
Let's go, man. Appreciate y'all having me on, man.
Thank you again for joining too, taking the time out. Because if anything, get somebody know about the Bill Belichick inside, it'll be you. Because I know you heavily keep up with them. Those your boys from the Patriots days. But before we get into that, another former Patriot, we got some breaking news. He had just dropped the announcement. Let's drop the breaking news. Hall of Fame wide receiver, who is my GOAT wide receiver all time, Randy Moss, has announced that he has been battling cancer and he has undergone successful surgery and has announced that he is cancer-free. Still probably got to do some more chemo and more treatment, but at the moment, that is a good sign. A lot of fans were concerned during the time of when he was on the NFL Network show. His eyes was like real yellow and he was looking kind of like ill. And I'm kind of glad that people didn't really make no jokes this time. We already had a bad situation with the public with Chadwick Boseman, who was the Black Panther, where everybody was seeing him skinny, everybody was making jokes. So people start to like maybe just question before you trying to make the funny jokes, anything like that. But good signs for Randy Moss. True, you the guest. I want you to go first on this. What was your reaction to the announcement Randy Moss made?
Yeah, cause I definitely saw the concerns. Like back when I saw him on TV and I saw like the clip of him, his eyes was like yellow, like literally like yellow, like mustard yellow. And it was like, yeah, that's kind of concerning. And like, you know, it's like you said, when people look at that, you know, people on the internet jokes and stuff like that, but you don't know what people are going through. You know what I mean? Of course, you know, I guess it made it public. Somebody, I think Larry Fitzgerald's dad, if I'm not mistaken, leaked it out. And you know, that's a whole nother thing. How they leaked it because I guess it would probably be a private thing. Yeah. But hopefully, I mean, glad he's all right. You know what I mean? Because like I said, man, like that. Hey, I mean, you gotta be healthy out here. Keep getting checked up and keep going to the doctors because you may never know, man. Like, luckily, he probably, you know, he gets frequently checked out. You know what I mean? Things of that nature. So he got it before it was, you know what I mean? It get too late sometimes. So glad he's okay. And, you know, of course, he still got to do recovery, but that's very great news.
Yeah. Sean?
Yeah, just to echo what True said, Randy Moss did go live, I guess a little over an hour ago, maybe. He had just gotten home from the hospital. He'd been in the hospital for 6 days, had the surgery. It was basically a bile duct issue, bile duct cancer. They were able to do the surgery. He didn't go into great detail about the exact specifics of the surgery, but essentially what he said was they were able to clear it, and now he's got to do chemo and radiation. So, but as of now, he is obviously out of the woods of having cancer. But obviously, if you ever known anybody or dealt with cancer, having the surgery is one part, and that's a big part. But then there's the other part, and which is why I think he's taking time away, because of what chemo and radiation does to your body and your strength. So, still continue to pray for him if you're a prayer warrior, and wish and pray for the best for Randy Moss.
Definitely prayers and wishes to the Randy and the Moss family. Wishing well. Hope to see my boy fully recover and back on the NFL Network show, or just well for your family. Because Randy actually is pretty good on the NFL show, by the way. But we got a salute to the chat too. Shout out Tiffany in the chat. Samurai Beast Warrior looked at the caption and said, "Stop the cap. LeBron doesn't want out of LA." Well, how do you know? You got to keep listening to the show and you'll find out why. We might got information that you don't know about. You think it's fake news. And Tiffany said, "Prayers and blessing to Randy Moss." But prayers to the Moss family. Let's go ahead and get into the show. University of North Carolina, the Baby Blue Tar Heels, have announced they are hired NFL Hall of Fame coach Bill Belichick to coach the college program. True, what was your initial reaction? I know Sean, before I asked True, Sean, man, we had it on like 2 episodes ago where you was like you don't see Bill Belichick taking the coach job. I guess desperation hit. If nobody else called, you got to take the opportunity that is kind of handed to you. So, but True, what was your reaction to Bill Belichick taking the job, and were you shocked that he took a college opportunity instead of waiting for an NFL?
I was shocked. Initial reaction, I was shocked. But then looking at the landscape of football, NIL and all that things, like, oh, this makes sense. Especially, like, of course, he wants to be in the NFL, but we all know Bill Belichick is not just a head coach; he's also a GM. So it's like a lot of, and he was getting paid a lot of money in New England to a point where we didn't even know that. It was not non-disclosed. So it's like, teams are also being cheap. They don't also want guys with that much power anymore. You know what I mean? That's how the NFL is. But in college, hey, when you control football operations, you're the head coach. And then the money, which Bill Belichick's already experienced with, talking to agents, things of that nature when it comes to getting players deals and things of that nature. So Bill probably looked at it, you know what I mean? Plus, of course, being in the media, talking to his friends and that Nick things of that nature that's are experienced college head coaches, getting advice and say, hey, he probably thought about it. So, you know what, hey, how was college? You know what I mean? You think what's the pros and cons? Because it's probably definitely a long decision, you know what I mean? Because he getting banked doing media, being on a CW, things of that nature inside of it. So like he probably thought long and hard about it. So you know what? Yeah, I want to break Donald's record because let's be real, he want to break that record, you know what I mean? But if I do it my way, I gotta be, of course, restricted in doing that. I might as well do it where I'm more comfortable and do what I can do what I do best. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. So yeah, like I mean, and hey, NIL money, shoot. Like you said, he's experienced in it when it comes to the business of football. So yeah, that's how like my reaction of it.
Well, Sean, what was your reaction? Because you did say you didn't think he would take a college job. He took it. So what was your initial reaction when you seen it? And then what you think could come from this with Bill being the coach of UNC?
So I think SB, obviously everybody kind of thought, okay, yes, it's Bill Belichick. Eventually he'll get a chance to be an NFL head coach again. And to preface this, there's not many more people more connected to almost every team in the NFL than Bill Belichick. So I got to imagine that he, through many of his contacts, was probably looking at some of the back channels. And to be very careful, you generally don't want to talk about jobs that aren't open, right? There are only technically 3 jobs open right now. But we always know by the end of the season, it's probably going to be 7 or 8 jobs open. I gotta gather he probably reached out and did some, back channel work to figure out, what teams are going to be doing as far as their head coach position, particularly those teams that seem like they're likely to make a change. Even if they haven't already done so. And he decided, based on his information, that he was not going to wait around again for another job. I have to also believe that North Carolina was very serious in terms of obviously ponying up not just what they would need in terms of salary for Bill Belichick, but also salary for his staff, the NIL money that they'll need. They got about $13 million for the football program for revenue sharing. Do we expect to see that increase over the next few years as well? So a lot of it, I think, had to do with North Carolina, which is very, very serious about we want to build a quality program. And everyone talks about UNC as a basketball school for obvious reasons, but there have been some all-time great football players that go to UNC as well. Lawrence Taylor, Julius Peppers, Jeff Saturday, just to name a few. So, Ronald Curry. So it's not like we haven't seen guys go to UNC and come out and do well. I was going to say Mr. Trubisky, but I'm not going to do that.
The stray.
I'm kidding.
No recruiting business. He ain't getting represented. No.
I also want to say shout out to my boy Johnny and Go James Kingdom. He said Go James to Go State Warriors. Johnny, we're gonna need you back on when LeBron get traded, brother. So when LeBron get traded, be prepared. You got to pull up. So as LeBron get traded, we need you to pull right up. You got to explain this. And also, one of these days, hey Sean, we get into another day. This ain't the topic, but I'm gonna start getting real nasty when it comes to like the base stuff and the go talk. I'm gonna really truly end it. I'm gonna be petty, but I'm gonna wait and do my thing and give my narratives and reason what they do. I'm gonna start just saying Tim Duncan to go. I'm gonna exit LeBron. I'm gonna exit Jordan out. I'm gonna get real nasty with it. I'm gonna have the craziest narratives. Ain't nobody gonna be it. I've been secretly on that. And I'm gonna just stick to it and just leave it as like Tim Duncan, the greatest basketball player. But that's a different conversation for a different day. And you can tell, like, I'm gonna just be petty with it. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be petty with it.
But no, I will say this real quick about Bill Belichick. Just when you look at where college football is heading in terms of NIL and in terms of the transfer portal, it's basically becoming like professional football. So wouldn't it make sense to have a professional football coach and a professional GM, because they've hired Mike Lombardi as a GM as well? I think that seems to make a lot of sense to me. And it's Bill Belichick, right? We don't question, nobody in their right mind questions Bill Belichick's football acumen, even though I still don't know why Malcolm Butler got benched in the Super Bowl.
You can't discipline nobody in the NFL like college, dog. We can't do that. Not with the money on the line, not with the bread on the line. Hey, suspend him after we win this bowl. First 3 weeks of the season, you got to sit down. You on the bench. We ain't doing that with the money on the line.
Yeah, no. But I also say, just in all seriousness, the biggest question about Bill Belichick was how well he will connect with the younger generation. Because it's not. College is different from the NFL in that in the NFL, you pick the players. In college, the players pick you, particularly the big name players. So, is it a fair question? Sure. Does he know that's probably going to be part of it? Yes. Bill Belichick's no idiot. So let's see if he is able to show his ability to connect with the younger players. And True, I want to ask you about this, kind of his later tenure in New England. Did you ever notice it? Did you ever see anything there with him having issue connecting with the younger players they were bringing in, post Tom Brady?
I never thought it really was an issue. Only thing like that really was an issue was just decision making of like getting the right players in a situation like that. When it comes to connecting with players, a lot of players respect them. You know what I mean? It's only of course you got, Asante Samuel. That's the rare people that played that had things to say about him, that played on the Belichick. But everybody, listen, even a guy like Malcolm Butler, he had his issues and he came back and he still respect. He's like, that's the thing. Like he gives a lot of respect because, like I said, Bill. Of course, we know Bill Belichick. Like outside, like he just don't want to talk to the media. But like when you hear these players talk to him, like personally, like yeah, he gonna be hard on his players, but he also believes in you too. Listen, I'm not doing this for no reason. I believe in your talent. You here for a reason. You know what I mean? So it's all. I mean, the next up, man up mentality, and that's why I think he's gonna be do great in college because he understood. He already in his press conference said, "Hey, listen, man, I drafted Julian Edelman that was to Kent State." Like, and he became, he Gronkowski. He all like he give guys chances. You know what I mean? Tom Brady. So he understands. Like he look North Carolina, Lawrence Taylor. He helped develop Lawrence Taylor to be. I mean, people forget he was a linebacker coach. So that's the thing too. He's very experienced when it comes to different positions and things of that nature. And it's like, mind you, he made it clear that hey, this is going to be a pipeline. North Carolina, I'm trying to make a pipeline through the NFL. So listen, you trying to get in the NFL and you trying to compete and win, come over here in North Carolina.
And now, for me, when I looked at it, and true, you hit it right on here with two things that you said. With the last, I'm gonna go with the recent point you just said, so I don't lose my point, because I think Deion opened the doors up to this too. When you got a status like a Bill Belichick or Deion Sanders, like obviously, only thing you worry about Bill is can he connect with the youth. But at the end of the day, that's still Bill Belichick. And if you a guy who's talented enough, or even a guy who's like, potentially you solid now, but the potential could be next level. Why wouldn't you go with a guy like a Bill Belichick? Now, because Prime already showed that players will, if it's a coach with a big enough status and respect factor, they will go in the middle of nowhere to go play for you. Literally go right to Colorado. People to turn down California, Florida, where the weather's good, bigger programs to go play for Coach Prime. And we could probably see the same thing happen with Bill Belichick. Because at the end of the day, I'm a young developing player. Say if I was a 3-star who got a lot of talent, and some other schools might miss out on him. You don't think he can run to the chance to go to UNC under Bill Belichick, who's going to train you to be a professional NFL ready football player? I got to take that opportunity. There's no way you can turn that down. So it's either like go to a big. Honestly, if I'm any college player right now, either I'm gonna try to go to one of the biggest programs, or I'm going to one of the programs that got an elite coach there, like a Deion Sanders or a Bill Belichick. Point blank, period. And also, Troy, this is another question, and I'm glad you brought that up. Do you think this is the reason why Bill Belichick didn't ever get a head coaching job? Because maybe he wanted to be GM and coach. He couldn't just say, I'm just taking a coaching job. Because I think maybe that probably played a problem and why he didn't get hired. Because to me, with certain teams that got stuff going on, ain't no way you're not hiring Bill Belichick as a coach. So my man said, I'm thinking that he had to say, I want to be GM and coach. That's the only way he can get hired. Because ain't no way you Giants or the Bears, you ain't looking to give Bill Belichick an offer. Or whoever the team was, the Atlanta Falcons. Like, ain't no way you just say Bill Belichick as a coach. You can't tell me no team wanted him. No team. That's what I'm looking at. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's why I really think that's the reason, because like he want, hey, I want. Listen, this is how I did it. I became successful of controlling football operations. He's old school too. Listen, I want control of everything football. If I can't do that, like that, for example, like the Cowboys, that's like the Cowboys situation. Let's say he would go to the Cowboys, but like if Jerry Jones in the way, or even just use him as an example of any other like people in the way, if you trying to like negate what I'm trying to do, or you against what my ideology is and my philosophies, it ain't gonna work. Cause Bill, like I said, when Bill was in New England, he was the de facto GM. He was the football. He had the final say so on, hey, we getting this guy. Hey, we keeping 4 quarterbacks on. I don't care. Tom Brady, we keeping 4 quarterbacks on the roster. We doing this. Just Julian Edelman kid, he quarterback. We gonna put him at wide receiver. What? Like hey, sometimes it worked and somebody didn't work. Of course, hey, you ain't gonna hit everything. I mean, everybody ain't perfect, but that's how he became a Hall of Famer. That's how he became who he is now. So it's like he looked at it like, you know what? I want that Don Shula record, but hey, I gotta do it on my way, So
I'm glad you.
And he loves coaching. He He already put it out there too. Like they asked him a question that why you didn't win the NFL. He's like, listen, it's better than working. because he loves coaches. It's like, hey, it's like when you
Mhm.
love to do something, it's not really work. So it's like, regardless of hey, NFL or not, I love coaching football. He loved coaching football. So
Can I say something too really quick?
Mhm.
Sometimes it's not your abilities, it's the timing. And I think this year, from a timing perspective, wasn't great for Bill Belichick. First of all, obviously, we saw how things ended in New England, where they basically decided to part ways, depending on who wrote the press statement.
Mhm.
But then what happens right after that? You had the release of the Patriots documentary series.
Mhm.
That series did not paint Bill Belichick in the best light.
Yeah.
It really didn't.
Yeah, you're right.
You got to understand, I think some of these teams who might have been interested in talking with him would look and say, yeah, I don't think we necessarily want that in our building. And again, the respect factor is Bill Belichick, given what he's done in his career, his resume speaks for itself. When he comes in and he says, hey, we need to change this and we need to do this, you generally have to do it because that's what he brings in. And if you're an organization that's set up a specific way and you're saying, hey, we want to keep this collaborative thing we have going on between our front office and our coaching staff, we don't want necessarily one person running all of that, then Bill Belichick's probably not going to be the right fit for your organization. That's not in any way questioning his football acumen. But as True mentioned, he had a lot of say so and a lot of control in New England. A lot. I mean, the
Robert
buck
Kraft
stopped.
had he had did enough. Robert Kraft did. Robert Kraft only
Sign
did
that
one
check.
time
That's it. Sign that
with
check.
that
That's it.
Matt Cat with the Jimmy Garoppolo
The
situation.
Jimmy
That's the
Garoppolo
only time he
situation.
intervened because of the. But he really didn't. Robert Kraft he would sit back chilling. Hey, I'm gonna promote the team. I'm an owner. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? He control the football opera. He do all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So and you got to know. I mean, obviously, when you get rid of certain guys, when they made decisions to get rid of like Loyal Molloy and Ty Law and Richard Seymour, and I'm just naming just a few, but the owner, a lot of times, those guys been there for so long, has a good relationship with those players.
Yep.
But again, it's Bill's call, and and that's what it is. So a lot of organizations don't necessarily want to work that way. They're looking for more of that collaborative thing that a lot of places are going to. I think in this particular instance, with him going to UNC, they're gonna have to have a little bit more of that because that's just the new age. But at the end of the day, if something's happening, please know Bill Belichick is why it's happening.
100%. But also, True brought up the fact that Bill Belichick does want that record, and I still believe that he do, and I still think he has dreams to get back in the NFL. And his contract is a perfect example of that because Bill Belichick has a buyout in his contract too. So if he ever get offered an NFL job, he has a chance to buy out. So, True, what was your initial reaction to hearing that he had a buyout in his contract? And how long you think before he leave? Because if you like that, if he get a job offer tomorrow, is he gone? So we gonna have press conference for nothing.
It makes sense because, like you said, the NFL always changing. Maybe a team say, "Hey, you know what? We will allow you to have full control if that opportunity presents itself, if a job vacant." But that be you know what I mean? If you know what I mean, it's over because you may never know. If it's like a perfect situation, you can't pass up. We can go in a situation where you can win a Super Bowl or contend for a Super Bowl in the NFL and on a team. Of course, why not? But I mean, there's nothing wrong being precautious, I guess. You know what I mean? I guess and it's like I think like $1 million. Like if it's like he gets bought out at that time, like if it's like $1 million, I think. So it's like which North Carolina won't really lose anything, and it's like, hey, you still can get a coach at a decent amount of time, So
Child, what was your reaction to the buyout?
Again, not surprising at all, SB. Again, the name of the game is flexibility. And so, there's a reason why they put buyouts in contracts. And if somebody's willing to pay the piper, so be it. The good thing is, most of these, Mike Tomlin has a saying, I don't want hostages, I want volunteers. That's why you put buyouts in place. Nobody's a hostage. This is you're a volunteer. So that's the way I view it.
For me, obviously, I just looked at this as he just won a chance to get back in the NFL. This is just a stepping stone to get back in the NFL. This also to prove that he can actually relate to the younger crowd. Because I don't think he's going to UNC to try to win a national championship. I don't think there's that for that at all.
Yeah, and again, I think just to close that point, SB, Bill Belichick loves to coach. So it's not necessarily he needs to be in the NFL. He wants to be in the NFL, but he loves to coach. So if this is where he gets to really truly feel his calling and his passion, so he's fine with that. You know, his father was a college coach for a long time, so it's not like you know he doesn't have some understanding of it's about coaching, it's about teaching, it's about developing. That's what he loves to do.
Did his father have ties to UNC, right? His father had ties to UNC,
yes.
right?
Yes, his father was like a linebackers coach in the 50s there.
But another point I wanted to bring up, though, and true, I definitely want to hear your point on this, because like I remember I was like, no team wanted Bill Belichick, but I was thinking because he wanted to be a GM and coach. Maybe that's my theory. But true, the Bill Belichick's your guy. Defend your guy. If you want to say like it was idiotic why nobody did, like you want to explain that point why he's not getting out. But I really truly want to know, why did Bill Belichick get no offers from no NFL teams, and did teams make a mistake by not offering Bill Belichick a job offer?
Piggyback with Sean saying like how he ended in Patriots, how that end, like the documentary and all that, it didn't put him in a good light. And then, like I said, I mean, I don't think teams want Bill Belichick to have full control of the football operations. Because, like I said, for money reasons, why they don't want to pay somebody that much money. And then it's like they don't want somebody that much control. I think that's the reason why. Because I don't think, listen, especially some of these coaches that get opportunities, like, listen, I don't think they like, you know what? He's better than Bill Belichick. I don't believe that. I don't think so. It's like I think it's really the fact that they don't want him to be a GM. Like we cool you being a coach, but you ain't gonna be no GM though. Like that's I think they added me on that. Like they don't want GM Bill Belichick. We can take coach Bill Belichick. They don't want GM Belichick if that make any sense. You know what I mean? We can take you, but hey, you gotta lead that GM. You gotta lead the GM at home. And so it's like, hey, well, Bill, like, well, we ain't nothing to talk about then.
Right.
It's like, hey,
yeah. And can I flip it just for a second, SB?
Okay.
Sometimes it's not even an NFL team wanting Bill Belichick. Does Bill Belichick want that team?
I believe so, yeah.
So
he did say he was surprised he didn't get no job offers.
What I'm saying is he only interviewed with one team formally last year, and that was Atlanta.
Yep.
Right. I think he had a call with Washington, but there are other openings. They didn't call him. They didn't reach out to him. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Even in these jobs that are open now, I'm gonna use the Jets for example.
Oh God.
Bill Belichick can't go to the Jets. Right? Mm-hmm. He can't go to the Jets. He flames Woody Johnson every chance he gets. Deservedly so. But he flames
deservedly so.
Yeah, every chance he get. But also he was the head coach of the Jets for a day. And he famously quit on a napkin, after one day. So, so it's not so much do these teams want Bill Belichick? Does Bill Belichick want these teams? There may be some teams out there, and again, just looking at the current openings, there's only one job open right now that would remotely even interest someone like Bill Belichick. But again,
which team is that?
Chicago
Bears. Oh,
yeah, because again, can't go to the Jets, and the Saints cap situation is not overly appealing to someone like Bill Belichick. So what I'm saying is that sometimes it's not the teams wanting Bill Belichick. Does Bill Belichick want that team? And that is a part of it too.
Okay. I'm still just shocked off reporting no team want Bill Belichick, but we can wait and see how it goes. And if you say he quit on a limb like that, that means a job come, he gonna be out of UNC off a limb like that. He just did a whole press conference, got his pair of 11 Columbia Jordans, and then he got up out of there.
It's the Jets though. It's the Jets. So
he's not going to the Jets though. No, sir.
I'm just saying that's why I ain't surprised with quitting the Jets. The Jets. I mean,
exactly.
I mean,
you know what?
He might go to the Giants though. Maybe the Giants might fire their coach. You never know. We gotta wait and see. I think we got to come back to this conversation when we get to the end of the season and see who still keep their job, because a lot of people might lose. It's a team we're gonna talk about later in the show. A player quit mid-game and having a down season. I'm just saying you might need to change the voice in the locker room. It's a possibility. But the Ravens' job. Tiffany want to get rid of Harbaugh so bad, bro. Why? Harbaugh not that bad of a coach, Tiffany. You can't, especially with shout out to Tucker though. Tucker is probably gonna go down one of the greatest kickers all the time. When your kicker ain't kicking, there's a lot of things going on with the Ravens, bro. It ain't Harbaugh. I'm gonna say that it ain't Harbaugh. But we got to get into another thing, because now this player, LeBron James, has been away from the team with foot soreness and / personal issues. So it's been a lot of rumors been circulating. We gotta go step by step. And the main one that's been coming out first is LeBron James possibly wanting out of the Los Angeles Lakers. But I think it's a little theory and a twist on it that people are not really saying it, because I can tell you for a fact LeBron does not want to leave LA. And here's why. LeBron James doesn't want to leave LA because this LA move was not his choice. It was Savannah's choice and his family choice. Because remember, when LeBron James went to the Lakers, they wasn't even a guaranteed a true contender at this point in time. And he just went there because he had his choice in Miami. He asked his family where they want to go. They said LA, so he went to the Lakers. I truly still believe LeBron wanted to go to the Knicks. And LeBron is trying to get to a point where he wanted to become a business mogul and a team owner. What's the next best place you go? Go to LA, get better business moves, more opportunities, more money. And now they asking, because this is the second time this happened, where they breaking up him possibly getting traded to the Golden State Warriors. So now it begs the question: does LeBron James want out of LA, or do the Lakers want out of LeBron James? And I truly believe that the Lakers want out of LeBron James, because LeBron James control the team, the movement. But Jeannie really don't want to leave because LeBron James is the money. Jeannie ain't Dr. Buzz money. LeBron is the money and cycling for that team all the time. And LeBron is the money for the NBA too. Let's be honest. You see the NBA Cup tickets has dropped drastically. But True, I'm going to let you go first on that. Does LeBron James want out of LA, or do the Lakers want out of LeBron James?
I mean, I don't think neither, but if I had to choose, the Lakers want to get out of LeBron James because they're in a situation now where which is the Lakers' fault, the front office fault. They failed to build on the future of the Lakers. Mm-hmm. There was too much of a win now situation for no reason when, at the time in 2020, where it's like you had time to not just have this situation happen. So it's like, because the thing about trading LeBron, the thing about trading LeBron James now is this. You're not going to get that. You're going to get something back. I'm not saying you're not going to get nothing back, but you're not going to get the highest value you could have got maybe a couple years ago if you wanted to trade him, right? And then, to your point, the money situation. Listen, if you ain't competing, you're still bringing out a lot of money, but at the same time, being in the playing every year, that's you basing the same out being a lottery. That's kind of low key can be worse than being a lottery team. At least when you a bottom team, you get a high draft pick. But when you in the second apron, or you were over the apron, whatever, and then you in the playing every year, that's not a great situation either. So it's really a tough situation to be in because, like you said, LeBron James, yes, he has a lot of value. The brand of LeBron James, ticket sales, all that viewership when it comes to what he brings to the table. But the problem is he's old. And when you old, your old player is your second. When you have a 40-year-old man, it's your second. And I've been saying this, it's your second best player. It's unfair for anybody in a game of basketball. I don't care who you are. They didn't do it because the Lakers, and Jeannie Buss should know this because she was around the team. When Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, they was prepared. They knew Kareem was getting older, and they said, you know what? We gotta get somebody young. We gonna drive James. Speaking of North Carolina, James Worthy. We talking about, guess what? We're gonna drive James Worthy to take the pressure off of a guy like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar that's getting older. Yes, Kareem is still nice. LeBron James still nice, but the problem is in the 82-game season, you asking for a lot.
From a 40-year-old.
I mean, yeah, we saw him ball out in the Olympics, but that's a small amount of games. Of course, you can do that, but you asking them to have these schedules where sometimes back-to-back games. 82 games is a difference. It's a big difference, and it's like, mind you, the wear and tear in his body, him getting older, it's just not fair for him. Got to do what he's asked to do, and it's like they in the situation nowadays really in a hole, and they really don't have a lot of options.
So Sean, I'm gonna ask this question for you too, Sean. Do LeBron James want out of LA, or do the Lakers want out of LeBron James?
My simple answer is neither, but for a different reason, SB. LeBron James being in LA at this juncture, as you mentioned earlier, is about family, but it's also about the LeBron James brand. And LeBron James has long made it clear his desire to be a billionaire. That in part happens because he's in LA, because he has Spring Hill, he's got the other stuff that he does. There's a reason why he wanted to be in LA. So I don't think LeBron getting out of LA is even on the table for him. For the Lakers' perspective, the one thing the Lakers can't be in LA is irrelevant.
Facts.
They believe in the value of the star, even if they're not winning. What do I mean? When they had Kareem, one of the reasons why they got Kareem was because their stars from yesteryear, Jerry West, Wilt Chamberlain, and Elgin Baylor, had all retired. They needed a star. They needed a star attraction. That's Kareem. Obviously, a few years later, they get Magic. Kareem retires. Magic has to retire early. That window between Magic retiring the first time and them getting Shaq were some very, very, very dark years for the Lakers.
Yes, it was.
Right? Obviously, they get Shaq. They get Kobe. They have Shaq as Kobe develops, and then Kobe becomes a star. And then Kobe obviously has to retire because he's obviously gotten to a certain age where it's that time. And then they had about a 2-year window where they didn't have a star. Yeah, they were drafting. They had young guys. They had, Julius Randle and Brandon Ingram and
Big baller.
D'Angelo Russell, but they didn't have a box office star.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron, even at this age, at this juncture, because it's LeBron James, is still box office for them. So they don't want out of LeBron James. Mm-hmm. And the Lakers, largely as an organization, one of the selling points of their organization to older stars is we take care of our older stars. So they don't want to say, hey, we're going to trade you off now because you're old and it's time to move on. That's not how they do, right? When LeBron leaves that organization, it won't be because the Lakers pushed him out. It's because LeBron is saying it's my time to move on. So it's not either. I think that we have to live in a certain reality, as True mentioned earlier. Year 22, 40 years old, more minutes than anybody in NBA history, combined regular season and playoffs. This is the boys to men. We're coming to the end of the road, and it's okay. It's all right.
Meet me at the end of the road.
Yeah, that's where we're at. And I gotta say one thing. LeBron pushed back last year when Darvin Ham and them tried to have him on a minutes restriction. They were trying to limit his minutes. They were trying to say, hey, listen, we're not, and he hated it. He was, he was cussing about it and acting crazy. Even their current coaches had to say, hey, look, I'm not in this, we have to, there's times where he come to me, he's gassed. He's got to come out of the game.
Yes.
Because that's just where he is at this juncture. So I think we just need to, we're at the point of now, let's just appreciate what LeBron has done over his career, but the expectation should not be very high at this point. Because again, the roster's not all that great. They're horrible defensively. I mean, horrible defensively. They don't play with any physicality. They're terrible in transition defense. And they really, for the most part, haven't had a lot of consistency in terms of the role players. Austin Reed was pretty consistent prior to him going out, but it's just not a very good. It's just not a very good team.
No, it's not.
And so we just need to live in that reality. And again, right now, let's just own that we're just at the end days of LeBron. Enjoy the last few days of LeBron because the time is near for him to move on.
Before I answer my point of this question, Lakers Celtics said NBA ratings are down. The NBA is watered down. The Heisman Award ceremony is more interesting than the NBA regular season. Yeah, it is about slow. He said the Lakers are bad because of bad defense. 100%. Yeah, it is bad with like the Heisman ceremony is getting more praise in the NBA, but Lakers Celtics, from what we have seen with the NBA don't really start getting their rating boost till like All-Star weekend. And when the trade start happening, that's when everybody started getting really like locked in. Like football still around the corner. Like I pay attention to all sports, and when I do that, like even I don't really pay attention heavy to the NBA at this beginning of the season, especially because my team trash right now. My team was like true team, the Boston Celtics. I might be watching day one when we compete for a championship. I want us to lose. I want us to lose every game. You said college football was fun. Yeah, college football was fun this year. But to answer the question though, does LeBron James want out of LA or do Lakers want out of LeBron James? The answer is 100% that the Lakers want out on LeBron James. But the problem is they can't afford to be out of the LeBron James business because he's the cash cow, he's the money. And like you alluded to, Sean, that the Lakers show that they take care of their stars later. So if they end up treating LeBron wrong, it'll be hard to get another guy to come play for LA because LA ain't a sweet place to play for. LA in New York, the Philadelphia 76ers, because those type of the fans will let you know if you play trash. They will boo you on the home. They will go all down your Instagram feed, Twitter feed, social media feed, let you know how trash you is and that you selling their team. And don't let you sell their team and sell their parlay. That'll be a whole different type of conversation to have. But the Lakers can't afford to get rid of LeBron James because he's the money, he's the attention, he's the way you could get another star. But the Lakers want out of LeBron James because they know, like you also alluded to, you too, True, that LeBron time is limited. So they don't have no get out plan when LeBron retires. LeBron retire. Will LeBron come back right now? I'm finna retire. Okay, the Lakers gonna make it a good farewell tour, which are gonna make a lot of money off LeBron James having a farewell tour. At the end of the season, let's step back to reality. We got AD and a bunch of G League players on this team. What is our future like? We got no picks. And that's the reality of the fact. But they don't want to admit it because they just can't afford to get rid of LeBron. And that's just the reality fact of the Lakers. It's a bad managed organization. And if you can't go all in for what a player wants. Well, LeBron did make a couple mistakes, but you can't half-ass it. Excuse my language. You can't do that. You gotta get once you say we're gonna keep LeBron and go LeBron way. Every year, second apron or not, you got to go all in. Championship moves. Go get a star. Jimmy Butler available. They should have been on the Jimmy Butler conversation. Jrue Holiday. As soon as Jrue Holiday went to Portland Trail Blazers, they should have been on that. Soon as Dame Lillard was available, they should have been trying to do that. Any possible plays you supposed to once you got LeBron or this tail end, you supposed to been all in. But they did go all in for LeBron. Hold on, wait. W said ratings might be down, but attendance is up. Possibly, yeah. If they lower it, because also me and Sean already talked about this about the ratings that it's so hard to watch the games. It's too many different services. It's too many different places. It's not consistent enough. It's not one consistent place. Nobody. I'm not going to be paying $10 here, $10 here, $20 for this subscription service, $20 for this one. No, nobody gonna do that.
TV $83 next year.
Yeah, and YouTube TV going up. Nobody's gonna keep
and it don't come with premium, and it doesn't even come with premium, which is crazy.
Which who's gonna pay $83 with no premium? Like,
like you're gonna pay almost $100 for YouTube TV. You might as well give me the premium. Come on, man. I don't need to watch no ads. Let me listen to some music and no ads. Come on, you going ads? You gonna pay? Because listen, I remember it used to be like $35 when YouTube started. Like that was like 4 years ago. Now it's like this is wild, man.
Nah, it's
and remember now, one of the reasons why these services go up is when they go out and for YouTube TV, for example, when they add NFL Sunday Ticket, and they're the exclusive provider for NFL Sunday Ticket, their costs were always going to go up, even if you yourself didn't buy NFL Sunday Ticket. So that's what's happening. We're in a very, very interesting place, y'all, when it comes to media and streaming and these service providers in terms of just there's so many of them, and if you don't have more than one or two streaming providers, you can't get most of the stuff you want to see. So it almost requires you to have it, or obviously find an alternative way to watch.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say what people
So,
people already doing. They better stop playing games. Listen,
yeah.
man.
You don't get them on your ratings on them other sites. You don't get the other sites on your rating. I still get to watch the game free. You ain't getting your points for that. But also but you know what is free though, Sean and True? G League basketball. And then if you was watching the G League basketball when it was free, you see Bronny James, the seed of LeBron, drop 30. All that NBA, he ain't NBA ready. They real quiet today. Bronny dropped a 30 burger. And guess what? You can watch G League games for free. So you know what? I might just have to just tune in. If I can't watch, I can't afford LeBron James Sr. So you know what? I can just watch LeBron James Jr. South Bay Lakers drop 30. The next superstar, Sean. He can be the LeBron. Look, everybody say LeBron James ain't ready. Junior ain't ready yet now, but he can be the LeBron James of the G League right now. But what was your reaction to LeBron James dropping 30 though? True. You know what I'm saying? Is he ready now? I think it's time to call him up, put him in a rotation.
Man.
What you got to lose?
With all due respect, SB, man, listen. You know how many people that drop 30 in the G League that we probably never heard of or even talk about?
People drop 40 in the G League.
It's levels, man. Like some of these dudes literally pay like $500 for a tryout. Like he this is no exaggeration. Like you have people literally pay. He probably played against people. I don't like. It's so like it's the NBA and the G League. Listen, don't get it twisted. Like if you like that, of course you're gonna have some guys that can play in the NBA for whatever reason. Somebody got hurt or you know what I mean, whatever case may be. But like, I mean, listen though, man, I'm not that impressed, man. Like you got people that scored 30 to in the G League that can't make NBA roster, man. Like is a guy on the Celtics. I don't think JD Davison. He played for Alabama.
He cold. JD Davis.
He literally like the all-time leader of main Celtics at scoring points. He be getting 50-point games. He be going crazy. He barely even played for the. He's on a two-way contract. He don't even listen. Only reason why he got clocked yesterday because we blowed out Detroit.
I don't know why he ain't play. He been nice. I seen him since high school, bro. Because it was a dunk that went viral when it was like a dude where. That was him. That was him that went. That was JD Davis.
But you see the difference. But my point is, you see the difference of like Brian not even better than him. So it's like you see the difference of talent when it comes to like, listen, man. Now I will say I like the direction he's going. Okay, it's improvement. It's a start. We want to see consistency. You know what I mean? Oh, and it was a away game because that was the initial thing too. He wasn't playing away games.
He didn't want to stay in no Holiday Inn. You know what I'm saying? He can't handle that toasted waffle ain't good enough for Bronny. You know,
that's why I'm kind of like, okay, this is a good direction because okay, he scored 30. Okay, it's a good game, and but like we ain't going to overhype the game either though. Like, oh, he got 30. Like, if he ready, now listen, he still ain't ready, man. He still got a lot of development to do. Listen, people drop 30 G League every day, B. What did you
I mean that's true though. Before you go, Sean, that is true because when I was working for the Windy City Bulls, that's why I told you true. I seen the old center y'all here before he went up to the league, and I was just like, bro, don't need to be down here, bro. He was dunking, bro. You know the G League ain't like overcrowded, so every time he dunked, it sounded like Robert Williams. It sounded like thunder every time he dunked the ball, bro. In the G, I was like, bro, who is this dude, bro? I was like, yeah, he ain't gonna be down here for long. And lo and behold, like a month later, he did never come back down there, bro. But Sean, what's your reaction to your favorite player, Bronny James, dropping 30?
I mean, certainly, it's a very good game for him. But I think, I've been saying for the longest, SB, him going back and forth between the G League and the Lakers, I don't think is good for him. I think he should stay down in the G League and continue to not just develop his game, but develop his confidence. And if he does that, then I think obviously he'll be, on an NBA roster sooner than later. But, again, it's a G League game. I'm generally not going to over it. Jacob Toppin had like 36 and 14 the other day in the G League. You know what I mean? So,
Who?
you know, yeah, exactly. Obi Toppin's little brother.
It be people going crazy in G League, man. It be some random like people be dropping sick. Like, it be like, who is this? It's like they can't make a roster.
Yeah, but Bronny box office though, he got people watching G League games. Well, they might watch it again. They probably watch the highlights.
Yeah, but I mean, if his name were Chuck Todd, you wouldn't care. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So that's all I'm saying. So, but no, that said, no, listen, it's a it's a good game. Again, he's got to, but he's got to continue to develop, and that's all it comes down to.
Hey, like except he said Bronny ain't eat no continental breakfast. He can't. Nah, he ain't doing that.
He ain't no more continental breakfast. That's hilarious.
Man, he ain't even get no Bronny. Ain't even eat no runny eggs. You got me messed up. What is this? Bronny said he ain't going for this. But also, with the trade rumors and stuff going down, it is rumored that if LeBron James was happy to be traded, him and Bronny is a package deal. How do you guys feel about that?
It makes sense to me. I mean, hey, hey, wherever my dad go, hey, Bron, like, hey, wherever I go, Bronny go. It's a package deal. You know what I mean? It ain't surprising though, but at the same time though, like, I mean, why it should be that? I mean, he in there. I mean, granted, let's say LeBron got changed to the Warriors, that he got it. The Bronny got to go. Yeah, I mean, you still in California. It's only like a couple, like 4-hour drive. I mean, it ain't that deep.
Bronny is a grown man, bro.
Like I said, like what Sean said, bro. Bronny needs to stay in the G League. As long as he needs to develop things that nature and work on his game. Why he don't need to be with his. You don't like you be with your dad, so you got people taking your seat away. I saw that clip with AD. You will go to NBA games. And you know what I mean? Get you like work, go in the G League for a minute, working your game. You got the luxury, to do it. Listen, if they ain't shoot, like, hey, listen, put me in the G League how long I could be. He got a guaranteed contract. He's not on a two-way. So it's like, listen, he can be in the G League as long as he wants. So he got luxury. And you get, I mean, that's what I would do. Like, why I gotta go with you? Like, let's say LeBron want to go to like the Spurs. I'm not saying I don't want to go. Like,
right?
Why I have to go?
You go. Sean, what's your reaction?
That sounds crazy. Like, I don't want to go to Golden State.
Yeah,
you're like I was shocked when I heard this.
My reaction is whatever Rich Paul likes. That's it. Whatever Rich Paul likes that's it. Because that's all that's going to happen, whatever Rich Paul likes. So, at the end of the day,
what's that hand signal there? What you mean, whatever? Like,
you never seen Coming to America?
Okay. I thought you were doing something like the Heat thing. I'm like,
it's whatever Rich Paul likes. That's it. That's my reaction.
For me, all right, look, bro. You ever seen, it was a Cat Williams, an old Cat Williams comedy special. And he was talking about how, like, Latino people keep their kids in a stroller for a little longer and he be big. Bro, listen, LeBron. Let little S.A. walk, bro. Let little S.A. walk, bro. Jesus, he big enough, bro. He ain't no kid no more, bro. Your job, you said, I want my son in the league. He's in the league. Let that man be Rich Paul. Let that man make his own way. He in the league. All that trying to control. Look, only thing they did good that I would say, they made sure Bronny got a guaranteed contract. Hey, we gonna force that guaranteed contract. Cool. Because ain't no other organization gonna bend over back for LeBron at the age that he is, like the Lakers has done. But he done a lot for the Lakers for them to be doing this. But when it comes to Bronny, bro, in the league now, you did your part. Let that man lead the nest. He do not need to still be in his stroller. He don't still need the Bronny is fine, bro. Bronny could go get some continental breakfast. He'll be fine. Ain't nobody finna go attack Bronny. Bronny don't got to be next to you. He need to develop. When you say, and it's my farewell tour, with that last little month, we'll make sure Bronny be up there because the Lakers ain't going to do nothing crazy anyway. We'll make sure Bronny up there the whole last month. Y'all could just run up and down the court for the last 10 games of the month that don't matter. And then the last game of the season, you and your son can be on the court together because y'all ain't competing to win. But besides that, if the main goal, because LeBron, you only got 1 or 2 more years left, if the main goal is to keep Bronny in the league, because how it's going to look when LeBron retire and he keep doing this with Bronny don't develop, and he out the league, what's the narrative going to be? It's going to be the nepotism angle. Let that man sit there, develop. We even see Scottie Pippen Jr. couldn't crack the rotation. Went down to the G League, developed. Now he's a solid backup point guard for the Memphis Grizzlies. Let Bronny get his wings and fly, bro. Trust me, the wings are fully grown. You still trying to hold his wings back, bro? No, bro. And I ain't trying to tell nobody how to like control their kids or what to do, but it's just like, bro, he in the league, bro. Let say, whoa. You see, once he see like he did it, I feel like this last game, Bronny did his thing because it felt like he was doing something on his own terms. Because I swear I don't believe Bronny said, I'm not going to do no road game. I believe Bronny probably would want to go to the road game. They see like they got to let that man go control. That's why he plays so nervous. But LeBron, for the love of God, please let SA walk. He's fine. He is his own man. Bro can hold his own. He got LeBron James. He got the James blood in him. He's fine. He's fine. He got the super surgeon serum. He's fine.
Shout out to the Pimp Chronicles Part 1.
Shout out to the Pimp Chronicles Part 1, by the way, because I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Cat Williams too, by the way, because he said 2024 has been crazy.
Yeah,
Man, 2024 has been crazy. Now I didn't expect the year to end off with the this is different. We might have to add another show, late night coffee talk or something, where we talk about the other stuff. Or I said late night coffee talk, whatever name it could be. That's a different story for a different day. But I didn't think the year was going to end off with Remy Ma and Papoose, who was the pinnacle of black love and some drama. But that is a whole different story for a different
It's
day.
crazy, man. I'll tell you
that's crazy.
Man. It's crazy in the pandemic, man. Right?
Oh, man,
crazy. It's up there. It's up there, though.
That was not on my bingo card for 2024. I can tell you that it wasn't on my bingo card at all. But let's talk about your team, though. The Miami Heat. They are open to trade Jimmy Butler. He had a couple teams on this list where he had the Golden State Warriors, which you definitely gonna bring back the Golden State Warriors up again. You got the Golden State Warriors. He had the Rockets. The Rockets said they might not make this move. He had Dallas Mavericks, and now he's adding the Phoenix Suns to his list. If Sean, I'm going to you first because you're the Heat guy. Do you want the Heat to trade Jimmy Butler? And if you do, what would you want in return? And what's the most likely place you see Jimmy Butler go?
So let me preface this by saying the Heat are in total control here, right? Jimmy Butler doesn't have a lot of leverage here. Everybody's going to say, well, Jimmy Butler can opt out of his contract after this year. Yes, but there's only one team that has the cap space to sign Jimmy Butler at his salary, and that's the Brooklyn Nets. Does anybody in their right mind think the Brooklyn Nets are going to sign a 36-year-old Jimmy Butler to a $50 million a year salary? No. So
I think it'd be a fool if he declined his player option. I'm honestly, because I feel like he ain't gonna get that money like that.
He kind of will be a fool. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Now, if he declines his player option, the reason why he's doing it is because of the plus 38 rule. So him declining the player option would essentially allow him to sign a 2-year extension at about $61 million a year season. So there's that piece of it. But the Heat understand the market, right? Jimmy Butler and his agent, I think, understand the market. So for Jimmy Butler to get the deal he's looking for, he more than likely would have to be traded. The teams that were mentioned, I know Phoenix, obviously Dallas, Houston, and Golden State. All right, let's take Phoenix off the table right now. Let's take them off the table right now. Bradley Beal has a no trade clause that came with him from Washington.
Terrible trade, by the way.
Yeah, probably. Bradley Beal, you taking that on to get rid of Jimmy Butler? No. All right. Dallas would have to basically amalgamate like 4 salaries to make it happen because Jimmy Butler's making $48 million this year. It's probably not going to happen. So that leaves Houston and that leaves Golden State. I'll start with Golden State first. Golden State, again, you got Andrew Wiggins, you got DeAnthony Melton, who's out for the season, but he's on a 1-year deal. You got Buddy Hield, you got Podziemski. Is that going to be enough to appeal to the Heat? Probably not.
That Kuminga would for sure.
But if I'm the Warriors, I'm not trading a young Kuminga for a much older Jimmy Butler, knowing I'm going to have to pay Jimmy Butler more than I would pay that younger Jonathan Kuminga. So I just don't see that being. I see Brooklyn working with Golden State to try to make something happen, maybe around Cam Johnson, but that's a separate thing. So Houston, I go back to Houston. So Houston's got a really good team right now. They're a top 4 seed in the West right now. They're playing pretty well, but they have an Achilles heel, and their Achilles heel is late game situations. They're not very good in late game situations at all. So that's where, again, someone like Jimmy Butler could appeal to them potentially. I played with some packages, just kind of looking at some different things. They don't want to necessarily give up a lot of their young pieces. They don't necessarily have to. However, to make a deal like that, you generally have to give up something you don't want to give up. So one of those young pieces would have to go in the deal, right, to make it happen, particularly if you're going to move, say, a Dylan Brooks because of his salary, Steven Adams because of his salary, to make it happen to absorb Jimmy Butler. That deal would make a little more sense. But it's not fluid. It's not, an absolute that's going to happen. Houston, again, they really like their roster right now. Raphael Stone, their GM, has said they really like their roster right now. They're not, I don't see them jumping out to make a move, but trade deadline is 2 months away. Anything can happen. And we also know December 15th is right around the corner. Sunday, literally. What's December 15th? December 15th, 87% of the league become trade eligible. So you could see some other possible dominoes fall before a Jimmy Butler's move. So that's what we have to wait and see on. But, right now I just don't see it happening. It's not happening overnight. The Heat did make a small trade today. They traded Thomas Bryant to Indiana for a second-round pick. That tells me they're trying to do roster flexibility is why you do a move like that. But it's not gonna happen overnight. It's just not gonna happen overnight. So I just don't see it happening. And also, I want to say something about Sham's report. Sham said the Heat are open to trade offers for Butler. Let me explain what open to trade offers means. You pick up the phone. Hey, we wanted to call you guys. Are you guys thinking about moving so-and-so? No. Okay. Thanks for calling. Talk to you later. That happens all the time in the NBA. It's not an absolute that something's going to happen, but it happens all the time in the NBA. That's what these GMs spend time on the phone. They're on the phone constantly having calls about players, right? So it's not that Sham's report was wrong, but I want to be clear. Just because Shams reported it doesn't mean it's absolutely going to happen. All right, so that's all.
True. What about you? So Jimmy Butler, he opened to trade Jimmy Butler. What's the best fit for him? And if you're the Heat, who would you try to trade him for?
Like I said, if I'm like I said, like I don't like this is a tough situation because, like I said, we don't know exactly until it happens at this point. Because like it's a lot of I think the Warriors and the Rockets have the best assets to get them for what the Heat want, but but the Warriors and the Rockets, they don't want to let go their assets to get a guy like Jimmy Butler. So it's like I guess that's the only issue there with that. Like I said, if he is really, because he already said that they're not worrying about Jimmy walking out. Because they really just focus on building around Bam at this point. They was like, listen, we want to be flexible to build around Bam. So like if they don't want Jimmy Butler to walk, but I'm just saying, if that happens, it's like, well, we cool, we're gonna be prepared for that. So like I said, I think it may be another team that not even been mentioned. Probably he go to because like I mean, because that just happens like that. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, Jimmy Butler had his team, but like, hey, at this point, I mean, like you 36 years old, your value is decreasing day by day. You know what I mean? You're not getting any younger. So it's like we going whatever the best fits for us. I don't care what you like. I mean, yeah, we're going to accept what you want. We're going to look at it, but hey, if another team, he probably like Pat Riley, if another team got an offer that we can't refuse, you out of there. You know what I mean? So it's like it's gonna be tough. I mean, if I'm Jimmy Butler, let's say he go. If I'm Jimmy Butler, I would like to go to the Rockets. If I was him, I don't understand the Warriors because, like, first of all, like that's a whole nother LeBron. Like, you're gonna have three dudes, 36, 37 years old, your best two blessed player. That's not a good recipe. I'm sorry, it is not. Like then Dallas, I don't understand. I mean, I don't like that fit per se either in Dallas like that because they got to give up a lot because you got to give up because listen, Miami gonna want like at least Gafford when we know they gonna need Gafford. You know what I mean? So it's like that don't make any sense. So I think Rockets be a good fit. Another team I think the best fit for them is like the Denver Nuggets, but here's the problem: he don't want no damn Michael Porter Jr. So it's like that's that's dead. You know what I mean? They don't got nothing to Miami. He want. I mean, I'm be honest with you, Jimmy Butler is listen. Hey, he can put that list all he want to. Miami gonna trade him wherever they feel the best for their team. That's just really that simple. You know what I mean?
And on Miami, it might trade him to the West more than the East just because they don't want to deal with him.
Hey, who knows though, man? If they a non-contending team in the East, whatever, that got certain assets that can build around Bam, who knows? You know what I mean? But like,
I don't.
Maybe a Brooklyn. I mean, if they got certain assets, they got young people. I think the Heat would like to put around Bam.
Yeah, I want to say something too, just real quick, just to add on to what True was saying. The Heat don't tank. That's not the Heat way. There's no tanking. There's it's every year we're trying to put the best roster out to go be the best team we can be.
Yep.
They're not going to make a move that isn't going to help them still be competitive. So all the moves that some people were talking about, them taking back like 4 role players, and that doesn't help the Heat be competitive, even if they are saying, yes, we think we can build around Bam and Tyler Hero. Their thing is, if we're trading away an asset, and Jimmy Butler is an asset, the Heat know this, everybody in the league knows this, they got to get something back that helps them remain competitive, which is why Houston, by all accounts, makes the most sense because they have assets and young players and picks. Now, Houston, I don't think is going to make a move on Jimmy Butler unless they're guaranteed they could re-sign him or extend him, right? So that's the other part why Houston may not necessarily be on it, is because they have no guarantee of we get Jimmy Butler, he's going to stay here. So if we're giving up assets to get somebody, we don't want to lose them in a month or two, like the Yankees did with Soto. So my point is that, I'm just saying, we could have kept Michael King. But no, the point is that, that's how these teams think and they operate. So I want people to really understand that it's got to be, it can't just be, oh, this guy wants to go here. Well, no, what does this team have to give back to this other team that they actually want to make a deal?
So I was trying to look at different team scenarios that I could see where Jimmy could go. Obviously, the Warriors is like the main one that's on point because obviously they're saying like we try to make one last little push for a championship. But it depends on who you're going to have to give up for the other pieces. And true, you definitely alluded to that. You build your team around these guys. Is pushing 40 is not always a good idea for you in the long term of the season. I think Golden State and the Rockets definitely make sense, especially the Rockets. I think the only problem with the Rockets is the guy that they would want to trade for Jimmy Butler. They can't trade him right now, which is Jalen Green, because he just had the contract. I think he got to be able to be traded to like next year or next season.
To the summer. To
the summertime. So if Jalen Green was available, I guarantee you Jimmy Butler would be on the first train smoking to the Rockets. But they can't. The only players they can give up is players that they want to keep. So I can see them maybe possibly letting go of Dillon Brooks, but I know they like Dillon Brooks. But I know that you can probably go get a Jalen Green, maybe a Steven Adams if the money match up, probably like another player. Boom, easily trade right there. Sit there. But I think the Golden State Warriors one is interesting because that's the one to get the most attention, obviously, because the Golden State Warriors, popularity-wise, when it's usually popularized like that, they will want them to pretty much keep the main team popular. Sorry, my girl threw me off a little bit. She threw me off. But I was looking at these stories with other teams that I could see it possibly happening where he can go to. I've been seeing people saying the 76ers. And I don't think, Sean, you would probably like this as a Heat fan. They were saying Jimmy Butler for Paul George. I can't see the Heat doing that.
God, no.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Jimmy for who?
Paul George. And he go to the 76ers. I can't see the Heat doing that.
No.
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, no.
And he got more money.
No, nobody want way off P. No.
Way up.
It's podcast P now.
Podcast P. Yeah, he wasn't
even worse.
And then they also have the Lakers, but they were saying like they were going as a package around. This report was saying a package around D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, and Gabe Vincent.
God, no. Somebody
see
want
y'all
that.
doing that.
Listen, that's I mean, that's what I mean.
Work.
Like, I mean, that's when people
Yeah.
talk about trades. It's got to be attractive for both sides. It can't just be one
be
side
attractive
gets
both
what they
sides.
want. Both sides got to get something
That's
they
nasty
want.
work. I think Brooklyn got a better package than that. That's crazy.
I think
Right.
Brooklyn
You know
do.
what I'm saying? I mean,
That's
I mean,
wild.
some of these trades is like putting Idris Elba with Monique. Like, no,
Well,
it's got to work for both sides.
But Jimmy Butler is old. He pushing 40 though. He pushing 40 though. And then also the other one they got is the Nuggets, which True alluded to, was you pointed out with Mike Edis around Michael Porter Jr. as other role players. I'll probably take the Mike MPJ one, though you need another young talent. And Nuggets do need another closer. But
I don't see Heat more than Michael Porter Jr. though.
yeah.
So that's the thing with that. I mean,
okay. So now I wanna we gonna get back to this because I want to actually because I think it's around that time. I think is it today that they announcing it, Sean?
Tomorrow
Tomorrow
night.
I want to talk about this Heisman race real quick. Okay, so NBA, NFL Hall of Famer Champ Bailey had high words for Travis Hunter. Sean, you sent me the report. What was the report about, and what did he actually say about Travis Hunter?
Just really quickly, you just was talking about his pro prospects and that, you know, if he were a coach, what he would ask him to do at the pro level is be a cornerback full time just because of his skill set, things like that. But that they would try to find him, you know, some plays on offense. But for him to try to do it full time both ways is just probably not realistic, just given the schedule in the NFL and these coaching staffs just, you know, won't necessarily probably be very open to that. So it was really just that. We don't really need to do a deep dive into it. It was just obviously with the Heisman, it was just an interesting story.
Well, speaking of the Heisman, let's go ahead and make your case, man. Look, I know it's 4 people that got to sit down there. The Oregon quarterback don't matter. The Miami quarterback, I rock with Cam Ward, but it don't matter. It's a 2-man race. Travis Hunter, Aston Jeffrey. I said Travis. True, you go first. Make your case of who you picking. Then Sean, I want to hear your case. Make your pick. I'll make my case of who you picking. And tell me why.
yeah, this is arguably I've been seeing a lot of talk, and it's like these 2 guys had historic seasons. Like you're not gonna see these seasons like that. Like these guys are legends. These guys right here, these are college legends when it's all said and done. Listen, these guys are whoever wins it. I'm not mad. That's how great these guys played. Arguably the greatest 2-man race of a Heisman of all time, right? I mean, this is going to be crazy because, like I said, this is definitely a lot of arguments on both sides. But I will have to say Travis Hunter because Sean Agenti had, like I said, carried Boise State. But we've seen running backs carry teams and have crazy numbers before. We've seen that. Like, granted, like we've seen people have similar seasons or, you know what I mean? Of course, he had arguably like only I mean, Barry Sanders had the only person I could say had Barry Sanders down, but Barry Sanders. But like I said, we've seen running backs carry teams. But like when it comes to Travis Hunter, what made him so unique is a new type of argument that okay, we never seen this before. So when it comes to like the argument on Travis Hunter, so I'm gonna go Travis Hunter because like I said, he won like the best receiver award and best defensive player award yesterday if I'm not mistaken. Which is crazy. I ain't never thought somebody can do that. Listen, even we talk about Sean talk about the translating the NFL. We never thought a guy could do just translate this in the college level at this level. We saw the Champ Baileys in the Charles Woodson, but Travis Henry playing like 100% snaps. He playing like I said had a phenomenal season at wide receiver and like 11 pass breakups, like 4 interceptions with like 1,100 yards, 14 touchdowns receiving. It's crazy. I like, you know what I mean, video game stuff. So if I had to, I'm gonna have to edge out of Travis Hunter because I've never seen this before at all. Like even you go to the history books and look at guys that play both sides of the ball, they wasn't doing this. You know what I mean? And shout out to Genty because there ain't a lot of running backs that had this type of season. But like I said, I mentioned earlier, Barry Sanders. I go back, I seen Barry Sanders did what he did. So it's like, I look at like the once in a lifetime, like never did before, and a guy that had it was super elite, but we kind of seen him before type of argument.
Okay, I like that. I like that. That's a good case. Good case, Sean. Who's your Heisman and why?
So let me preface this by saying, regardless of who wins, there's no robbery. There's no robbery, right? I hate when people say, "Oh, they got robbed." No, they didn't win. There's a difference. Getting robbed means you had something, it was yours, and then it was taken from you. It's
Be
an
prepared,
award.
Sean. Somebody gonna say it. Either side lose. Somebody gonna say it.
Yeah, no, there's no robbery, right? If you have an award, it was given to you and it was taken away, that's a robbery, okay? Joe Burrow got robbed earlier this week at his house. That's a robbery. This is you didn't win, the other person won. All right. So let me just preface that by saying that. That said, this is a this is a year where you wish they would give out 2 Heismans because both are very, very deserving of the Heisman Trophy, what they did this season. You cannot take away what they did this season. But I would say, in all honesty, that Ashton Jeanty would be the choice for me when you just look at, again, not just what he did this season in terms statistically, historically, probably the second greatest running back season in the history of college football, as True mentioned after Barry Sanders. But it wasn't necessarily playing with the greatest talent around him at Boise State. He will never say that because that's not who he is. But you take him off that team, we're not even talking about Boise State. I mean, let's just be very honest. And they're also in the college football playoff because he was that good carrying them. Here's the other caveat. He would have actually more than likely broken Barry Sanders' rushing record this season, all the season rushing record. But he basically didn't play in 2 games because he got pulled out of 8 quarters because they were up so much.
Yeah.
So the numbers would have dwarfed. I mean, just would absolutely dwarf. And then also I saw another interesting stat that if you take away his longest run in every single game, he still averages over 5 yards a carry.
Yeah,
so people get enamored with the highlight, the long runs. He's still that good, even if you take away his longest run in every single game this year. So for me, I get a slight edge to Ashton Jeanty, but both guys are very deserving. Both guys have shown they are Heisman worthy, but obviously only one person can win. And of course, we'll see what happens tomorrow night.
I definitely have to piggyback on the one thing you said, though, Sean, that like this is one of the closest races that you kind of wish it was actually 2 trophies. And like you said, nobody's gonna get robbed. If somebody else wins, you'd be like, I understand why he won. For me, I 100% got to go Travis Hunter, and it is for the elite impact on both sides. I know people have been going along with the little quote, snaps is not a stat, which is not. But to be on the field as much as you is and still be impactful as much as you is, that says a lot. Like Travis, I don't like just how Ashton Jeanty is. Like if Travis Hunter don't have a good game, they lose too. When Travis Hunter got injured at one time, or a couple times he got injured, their offense didn't look the same. Or when it's a tough third down, double coverage, Travis Hunter always make the play. And then come right in after making the play on offense, go right on the defensive side to make a play. I believe he only gave up 1 touchdown this season, one touchdown, 1 or 2 touchdowns this season. And he locked the whole side down. And then go would be the number 1 receiver is outstanding. And that is Heisman as worthy as for me. He got the numbers that speak for it, that he got great numbers on both sides of the ball. So Jeanty does dominate the game. And I'm not going to use the fact of that Jeanty, we had seen Jeanty before because running back, because, I'm a running back guy. I'm always show love to running backs. But I just, the eliteness of what Travis Hunter is doing is Heisman is worthy. Yes, Colorado could have been better and a better record. Now, if the committee gives Jeanty the slight edge because they was in the college playoffs and they won a conference, and they say that's the only reason why we picked Jeanty over there, I wouldn't have no problem with that. But if we just going straight off the player, who's the best player, who's that Heisman is worthy, who got that Heisman is impact, it's just Travis Hunter all around skill set changed the dynamic, and we never seen that before. So I'm gonna have to push the slight edge slight edge like this to Travis Hunter, but we have to wait and see. Sean, it's their favorite time of the show.
SB and Sean NFL Picks of the Week.
SB and Sean NFL Picks of the Week. Since we got Trudy King here with us, Trudy King will be joining in on the picks. Sean, what is our record right now?
Right now, I'm leading us 7-6-1.
Cowboys trash.
7-6-1. Yes, they are.
6-1.
But we have 15 games this week and 5 key games, but we'll get to the 10 games before we get to the 5 key games. So first game, Kansas City Chiefs at the Cleveland Browns.
This team with this dark magic, I don't know how they keep winning. They my Chargers got hit with the Houdini act, whatever. People hit a double doink in for the win. It's crazy, but I don't see the Chiefs losing, especially not to the Browns. Maybe because the Browns could sneak this win at home because they do put up a lot of points. But I'm scared with Winston's turn over the ball, so I'm gonna just take the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs is a safe pick. True, who you got? You about to say the Browns. I know you about to say the Browns.
Cause
It's possible.
the Browns is a weird team, man. Browns is a weird team because it's like they can compete. You got like they have the talent, they can compete, but they just don't. It just this is the execution part about it. I'm go Chiefs. I'll say Chiefs, man. Chiefs. It's Chiefs.
Okay.
I'll say Chiefs.
Cleveland, the Browns are 30th in rushing. They don't run they can't run the football for some reason.
They wasting Nick Chubb, man.
Yeah. Well, Chubb was out to start the season and came back. But they just don't run the football. They're 30th in the league. And last year they ran the football really well. They were also the number 1 ranked defense last year. They're 21st in the league this year. So the only chance they have is honestly slinging the ball over the yard. That's not a good formula to beat the Chiefs. You got to be balanced to try to beat the Chiefs. So taking Kansas City in Cleveland, again, could be a close game, but but we're going with the Chiefs in Kansas City. Next game, Cincinnati Bengals at the Tennessee Titans.
It's gonna be a competitive game. I'm gonna go Tennessee.
You going Tennessee?
I'm going Tennessee.
Tennessee. Oh, okay. I will be going. Because the Bengals be putting up points, but their defense so trash. I'm gonna go Bengals, Sean. I'm going Bengals. I think the Bengals get the job done.
Bengals. I'm gonna go Bengals as well. Coming off their win on Monday Night Football. Going to Tennessee. Again, I think it'll be a close game, but I'm going to take the Bengals on the road against the Titans. Next game, Washington Commanders at the New Orleans Saints.
Oh, let's see you pick against them Saints, Sean. Let's see.
I got Commanders. I got Commanders.
I got the Commanders also, too. Let me go ahead, Sean. Your rule, don't pick against the Saints.
I mean, I'm only picking them because I don't pick against them. But
I got you a wax before this season that you didn't pick them one year.
No, I know. I said I don't pick against them. I didn't pick them, but I didn't pick against them.
True, you see what he be doing, man. That's that Chiefs magic stuff, man.
See? I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I get the the lie.
No, it don't.
Yeah, but that's still crazy.
Who you picking, Sean?
I'm picking the Saints.
Okay, bet. Let's go.
Yeah. But no, Washington coming off bye week. Marshawn Lattimore coming back, first game back in New Orleans. So yeah, should be a pretty decent game. But yeah. Next game, Baltimore Ravens at the New York Giants.
Ravens, we can move on. We know we picking the Ravens.
We're picking
the Ravens. We can move on.
Yeah, Ravens coming off bye week. I'm taking the Ravens in New York by 17.
If they don't win this game by a lot, I'm gonna be concerned at them on
Yeah,
the Super
generous
Bowl. Right?
too.
If
That'd be
this is a
generous
close
too.
game, I'm gonna be really concerned about their
Yeah.
Super Bowl chances.
Yeah, Tommy DeVito back starting for the Giants. So next game, Dallas Cowboys at the Carolina Panthers.
More true.
I'm not going. I'm gonna go Cowboys. Carolina. I like what Bryce Young is doing. I like the Carolina been playing a little bit better football. I'm gonna go Carolina. It's gonna be a good game though for me, but I'm gonna go Carolina.
Carolina has been playing some outstanding football. They're only the one-to-one teams at the.
They are playing really good football. Big concern with Carolina is they don't get much pass rush,
Right.
And they don't stop the run all that well. But they are offensively are playing better. Bryce Young looks like, he's turned the corner. So, True, who did you say you were going with?
Carolina.
Carolina. Okay.
Carolina.
Yeah.
I almost thought I was like, it's gonna be a good game though. I think it's gonna be a good game, but close.
Yeah.
It's gonna be close.
I got the Carolina Panthers. I'm sorry, little one, but no, I got the Carolina Panthers. What I was going to say was they're the only team at the bottom of the league that's not trying to actually lose games because they're trying to bring in momentum to the next season. Because the majority of the people at the top of the draft, they still gonna probably have like a top 10 pick. The player that they want, they can get later in that round. They don't need no quarterback. They actually been playing hard. They've been competing against everybody. So I'm taking the Panthers.
Can I make a bold prediction?
Mm-hmm.
Carolina has the best chance to go from worst to first next year. Of all the teams that will be last in the division, they have the best chance to go from worst to first because of the division. And if they could just fix their defense and add another piece or two around Bryce Young, they could be right there top of that division next season. But I'm gonna take the Panthers at home by 3. Next game, New York Jets at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm not picking the Jets in no more games at all for the rest of this season. I'm picking against them
That's
every
tough,
game for the rest
though.
of the season.
That's tough, though. That's crazy.
Is Trevor Lawrence back, right?
No, he's out. He's on IR.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Can we null and void this trash game?
Man,
no, because we couldn't null and void the Jacksonville Tennessee game.
Unfortunately, I take the Jets, man. Unfortunately, I take the Jets. Unfortunately.
Who you taking?
Jaguars bad, though. They terrible.
Yeah, I'm taking the Jets. I thought the Jets should have probably pulled that game out last week in Miami, but I'm gonna take the Jets just because Jacksonville is just offensively they're a mess.
Yeah, well, Mac Jones. Yeah, true. You can pick your quarterback, Mac Jones. Remember, you were the big Mac man.
No more. I don't know what this Mac. Listen, I ain't seen Mac Jones in 3 years, man.
Hey, I'm gonna go Jets too.
That man been on this.
Yeah, I thought Trevor Lawrence would have been back by now, but I think they probably gonna settle for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
Trevor
Lawrence he's on IR. He's done. I think he's done for the season. So, but yeah, I'm gonna take the Jets in Jacksonville by 4. Next game. This was almost a key game because it is a little bit of an important game, but we didn't choose it as a key game. Miami Dolphins at the Houston Texans.
I'm going my MVP prediction at the beginning of the season. It didn't hold out strong, but I'm gonna take CJ Stroud in the Texas.
Unfortunately, I got Miami. Unfortunately,
Miami be getting better though. Tua locking back in. They're getting better.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Houston coming off the bye week. I just think coming off the bye week, they should be fresh. They understand Colts are right there, nipping at their heels in the division. I think they understand this is probably a big must win for them. Miami's had some fortunate games these last few weeks, but I think the train stops here in Houston. So I'm gonna take the Texans at home by 5. Next game, New England Patriots at the Arizona Cardinals.
That's a word, man. I'm going Patriots, man. I'm going Patriots, man.
I was saying you gonna pick against the Patriots too. You gonna pick against your team?
I'm going Patriots, man.
I had that clipped up on wax that you picked against the Patriots.
I mean, we beat the Bengals this year, so I think we're good enough to beat the Cardinals.
Yeah, which is a possibility, but it's not gonna happen today. I'm taking the Cardinals. Kyler Murray. He beat the Black Ops Call of Duty curse. So I'm taking them over the Patriots.
Arizona hasn't looked good the last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle manhandled them.
Yes, they did.
A little concerned about Kyler Murray, particularly some of the turnovers. But I do think New England is going to be it's going to be a tough game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout on any stretch. But I'm gonna take the Cardinals at home by 2. Next game, doubleheader on Monday Night Football, by the way. First of the doubleheader, Chicago Bears at the Minnesota Vikings.
I got Vikings, man. Vikings.
I ain't falling for this trap to give the Chicago Bears. Every time I believed them last week. They was down 21-0. I ain't picking them again. Until I realize who they new coach is, I ain't going. I'm taking the Vikings. They'll go with the Vikings defense. The Vikings put the beats on.
Bears should be trying to lose out so they can get Ashton Genty. I'm taking the Vikings in Minnesota.
Lose out for Ashton Genty. Now they need who the best offensive lineman in this draft. That's what they did.
Listen.
You get Genty. I ain't gonna lie.
You get Genty and he'll fix the offensive line. He that good. You can't name any of Boise State's offensive linemen, so he'll fix the offensive line.
All I'm saying is, man, look, you ain't gonna look that good with
By
nobody.
the way, Acton Jackson, Jonty had more touchdowns than Reggie Bush. He had his whole college career this season. By the way,
yeah.
I looked that up.
Genty different.
Yeah. Next game, the Monday night doubleheader, Atlanta Falcons at the Las Vegas Raiders. Falcons coming off 4 straight losses.
4 straight losses is crazy. And the crazy about it, I think they're gonna lose again.
I got Vegas. I got Vegas. I got Raiders.
I think they're gonna keep losing again. But it's always F the Raiders, the division rivals. And also they try to tank for Shador. Deion Sanders went to that press conference and make sure you draft my boy. You gotta be number 1 to get him. So I see the Raiders losing this game only because they tanking. But they could. I think they actually could beat the Falcons. The Falcons is playing horrible right now.
Well, to be clear, Kirk Cousins is playing horrible right now, which is why the Falcons are not playing well. The Falcons have actually played pretty well.
Kirk O'Chain.
Put up Kirk O'Chain. That's fugazi.
Yeah. They lose to the Raiders. He's gonna get hung by one of them chains. I know that. But that said, they need to win. It's a must-win for them to stay in hunt for the division. So I'm gonna take the Falcons on the road by 6. And we are now at our key games of the week. We have 5 key games of the week. 5 key games of the week. Key matchups. First key matchup: Indianapolis Colts at the Denver Broncos. I know people saying, why is this a key matchup? Because both
Knicks.
Both of these teams are in the hunt for the wild card. Denver holds the 7th seed right now, but Colts are right behind them. So the winner of this game could very well lock in that 7th seed. So
how many games we picked different so far, Sean?
Like couple. Yes.
Okay. But go ahead, True, my bad.
I got Denver, man. Bo Nix, maybe. They been balling. I ain't gonna lie. Sean Payton
have been balling. The whisperer
defense
over there,
man. Too. Defense ain't been that.
I'm definitely going with the Broncos. I think they have been firing on all cylinders these last couple of weeks. And Bo Nix, I think if he get this dub and have a good game, I think he's gonna secure the offensive rookie of the year. Even though Daniels is playing as good, but him to come out this way and shoot out a cannon, and then how bad the Broncos is, and to get them in a playoff spot, that's gonna secure the bag for that. So yeah, I'm going to Broncos and Big Bo Nix.
This is my upset pick of the week. I'm going with the Colts on the road. I'm going to Colts on the road. I think coming off bye week for them as well. I think they're going to be very, very fresh, and they understand what's ahead of them. They know they got a chance to make the playoffs, and this is a must-win for them. So I'm gonna take the Colts in the upset by 3. Next key game. Buffalo Bills at the Detroit Lions.
Ooh.
Man, this is Detroit, man. Forget Detroit. Hey, shout out to Detroit. Hey, man, listen, I'm
I
rooting
forgot you
for
don't like the
Detroit, man.
Bills.
Hey,
You
shout
don't
out
like
to
the
Detroit,
Bills.
man. The real blue team. They the real blue. Ain't they the real light and blue? The real team, because I don't look. Bills really Midwest, so
Yeah, man, what the hell?
They go to
Ooh.
Detroit, man.
Yeah, Detroit has been firing on all cylinders, but the Bills have been too. I'm only picking Detroit because they're at home. I'm only picking Detroit because they're at home. This gonna be a tough game. This is a 50-50 game. This is a possible Super Bowl matchup that we could possibly see. Highly doubt it, but it's still a possibility. I'm gonna go Lions though. But this is gonna be a high scoring. I'm expecting to see probably like 30 apiece, maybe with both teams this game. It might be a high scoring game. They're gonna make somebody defensive coordinators mad.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a high scoring game as well. People have been talking about that Kansas City black magic, but Detroit's had some black magic themselves these last few weeks as well. Yeah. I think it continues at home, and they know they gotta win to keep Philly at bay for that number 1 seed. So I'm gonna take the Lions at home as well by 3. Next key matchup: Battle of Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh Steelers at the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh man,
I got them Steelers, man. This is the battle of PA.
Battle of PA.
It's gonna be a good game right here, man. It's gonna be a good game, physical game.
Mike Tomlin gonna have them boys ready too. You gonna have them boys ready.
Steelers fans gonna be out there too, though. That's gonna be. I forgot it's been a while since they played against each other too. So
it might be a 50-50 crowd. I know Philly go crazy, but Steelers fans they travel. They'll travel. You will see them. You will see that black and yellow from a distance, and towel shaking and everything. This is a close game to call. I'm gonna have to agree with you, Sean. I'm taking this. I think the Steelers come in Philly and get an upset, bro. I think Philly. I think that defense gonna lock in. I think it's gonna be a close game, especially with Philly got a little trouble in paradise right now going on with the team. And Mike Tomlin and them boys will probably take advantage of that because you could definitely possibly see some force feeding to AJ Brown, or maybe not. Just to try to keep AJ Brown happy. And I don't think this is the team and their defense to try that on. I think they need to stick to their same game plan. But we'll have to wait and see. So I've definitely seen an upset, and the Steelers come to Philly and get that dub.
Can I tell you the last time Pittsburgh won a game in Philadelphia?
Tell me.
October 24th, 1965.
It's been a minute. That's why it's gonna be one of them games. That's why it's gonna be a good. I knew it was some. It was long. I know it had been a long time. I'm trying. But I think they know that, though. I think the Steelers know that. And Philly know. Listen, Pennsylvania knows that because I know a lot of Steelers fans. It's gonna be cracking. I'm gonna be looking forward to this game.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this game too.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. But I'm gonna take Philadelphia at home in this one. Again, they won 9 straight. I'm not gonna disrespect a team that's won 9 straight games at home. Pittsburgh's playing really well. Not saying they're not, especially defensively. But
I'm trusting that Steel Curtin, that defense. I think the defense is gonna win the game for them.
No George Pickens in this game for Pittsburgh as well. So yeah, I'm taking Philly at home. I think AJ Brown's gonna have a monster game. Joey Porter Jr., you better eat your Wheaties because you're gonna be in for some work on Sunday. Just saying.
Look, sure, they go trying to force feed that man the ball. Mike Tomlin ain't the one to do that to, bro.
Well, they ain't got to force feed him. They ain't got to force feed him. He just got to go. He got to get 6 for about 115 and a touchdown. And that's all he needs.
He won't double digit target. He need 10 targets.
Yeah,
I mean, he gonna be open. Saquon Barkley in that backfield, man. They gotta worry about Saquon. So it's gonna be a good game, man.
Yeah, and you still got Slim on the other side. So I'm just saying,
Slim over there.
Dang, it's gonna be
Pittsburgh got a very tough schedule coming up, by the way.
Oh, yes, they do.
Yeah. So, and this is one of those games. So, next key matchup: Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the LA Chargers.
Yeah, you know my answer. Balled up, baby. I know my quarterback banged up, but we balled up. We at home. We gonna control the pace, run the football, and then we go get this dub. We got the Chargers easy.
Who would have thought, man? Baker Mayfield is a solid quarterback. Who would have thought, man?
Big Baker. I've been telling y'all, Big Baker.
Who would have
Big
thought?
Baker.
Injuries and all that. This ain't the Baker I saw, but listen, but hey, I got Buccaneers, man. I don't know, especially Chargers. Like I said,
you ain't got no receivers.
that's another close. That's close too, though, man. I don't.
That's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a good game.
Chargers don't. I'm edge. I think. But who got home? Who home in this game?
L.A. Chargers.
Chargers.
The Chargers only blew out one team.
I'm gonna stay with my pick. I'm gonna stay with my pick.
All our games been close. All our games been close. We only blew out two teams this year. What, three? The Panthers, the Browns, and the Saints. So every game we had else was close. All close games. Sorry about that, Sean.
No, you're fine. No, you're fine.
Just Herbert, especially if he's doubtful too. If he doubt, I mean, he probably gonna play, but if he
Justin Herbert gonna play. He do not care. That's a madman. What more, Sean? Oh, that's it.
Yeah, no. We got one more. I'm sorry I didn't make my pick. I got the Chargers winning this one as well. And the last game, Sunday Night Football, Green Bay Packers at the Seattle Seahawks.
And I don't want to pick the Packers, but the Seahawks too inconsistent for me. Sometimes they look like a great team, and sometimes look like, man, I don't know what this team is. The Packers, I kind of know what I'm kind of getting with them, and I can see them coming in Seattle. Even though Seattle is a tough place to play, come in and getting it up. So I'm gonna go Packers.
I'm gonna go Green Bay. Yeah, and my cousin played for him too. So hey, man,
who your cousin?
Like Marshawn Lewis. He hurt right now.
Yeah, I know about Marshawn Lewis. Yeah,
but I'm gonna go Green Bay, man. They're gonna beat the 12th man.
This is a tough game. We know how tough it is to play in Seattle with the 12th man. Seattle has played better the last couple of weeks, but I think Green Bay coming off of a little bit of a long week because they played Detroit on Thursday Night Football week and a half ago. I'm gonna take Green Bay in Seattle, but it's gonna be a close one. I'm gonna take Green Bay Packers by 4. And those are our key matchups of the week.
Key matchups of the week. Okay. Well, you had to get up out of here, but true, you've been here a couple of times. You know what we do every time at the end of the show. First of all, I appreciate you for taking the time out joining the show.
No problem. Appreciate y'all having me on.
Episode 26. You already know how to go. You got to pick a player, wear that jersey, shout them out. Sure, you got episode 26.
26. Hold on. Athletes. That's a 26.
You got one player right now who goated right now.
That's easy though. I'm gonna say Saquon Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for you to talk about, I'm gonna say Saquon. 26. He's talking about
Sean, who you got?
Of course, I mean, y'all said Saquon, but I'm gonna go Rod Woodson.
Rod Woodson. I like the Rod Woodson pick. I liked it. I like it. Shout out Saquon Barkley, by the way, but also shout out to this player because he made a Bulls announcer get one of the coldest, funniest phrases ever. Shout out Stacey King, by the way, got a podcast name off of it. I'm going Cal Corver. Give me the hot sauce, baby. Give me the hot sauce, Cal Corver. Cal Corver with the 3 hot sauce. So I gotta go Cal Corver. Shout out. He was crazy with the Bulls and the Hawks, by the way.
That's a good one. That's good.
Yeah, shout out Cal Corver. Well, appreciate you guys for tuning in to the show. Appreciate you, True, for coming in to the show again. Sean, you already know it's Good Friday. And we will see you guys on Monday.
Salute. Peace.
All out of here.
Real